Now, one of the most important but also challenging questions that we need to ask ourselves as investors is how much is enough and how many properties do I actually need to achieve the passive income and wealth goals that I'm looking to create for mine or my family's future. Which is why I wanted to go through 4 separate and very different scenarios, looking at what our lives could look like having bought 1 property, 3 properties, 5 years, or even up to 10 properties in the future. Now, when I first started out there as an investor at 24 years of age, I thought I only needed 1 property and $30,000 a year of passive income to cover all of my costs. But as I've gone on to have 3 children that are all in private school and found a passion for surfing some of the best waves in the world, which is expensive to get to, I've now realized that I need significantly more than 1 property to achieve my financial freedom goal. Now, as investors, how much we need at different stages of life is always going to change. But I think for most of us out there earning between $100,000 and $300,000 per year, we should be looking to replace our current annual salary as a starting point. Now, let's say for this first scenario, we keep it super simple and we go out there and we buy one $600,000 property this year. Now, let's say that this property rents for $500 per week or $25,000 per year. Now, this scenario is perfectly suited to those of you out there who are just getting started that want to create some financial security in the future and just not end up on the pension because you've got one great property that goes from where it is today at $600K to an incredible position longer term. Now, just picking up this 1 property, 10 years from now, if this $600K property grows by an average of 5% per annum, we're going to end up with a property that's worth over $977,000 and that rents for over $32,000 per year. Now, let's say we had a buy and hold longer term approach, which I think is the best approach for the average person to take with investing. 20 years from now, this $600K property, this 1 property is going to be worth over $1,590,000 and be providing you with over $40,000 per year of income. Now, that's where we could be from just 1 property, but let's explore where we could be at 3, 5, or even 10 properties as we move through the rest of this vid. Now, in this second scenario, we're more talking to the people like myself that want to create financial freedom and choices sooner in their life, but aren't interested in owning tens or hundreds of properties and all the pressure and stress that it takes from going that big. Now, in this scenario, we go out there and we simply buy 3 $600,000 properties that would be worth $1.8 million. Now, like the first example, all 3 of these properties will rent for just $500 per week, which is around about $75,000 per year. Now, just 10 years from today, these 3 properties are going to be worth over $2.9 million and renting for over $96,000 per annum. What's even crazier, these 3 properties in 20 years time will be worth over $4.7 mil and renting for over $122,000 a year. Now, with this second scenario where we just go out there and we buy the 3 properties, we're talking about absolute financial freedom in the future and true financial peace. This is the type of strategy where you could keep all of these properties in retirement and live off the income, or you could potentially sell them all, pay the tax, and end up with a huge chunk of cash in the bank, which you could either live off, or we could move into a lower risk, lower maintenance style investment like an index fund in the stock market. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there's not a huge amount of Australians sitting out there with their super money, the ability to earn a job, and 20 years from now, having a property portfolio worth almost $5 million. What I love about this second scenario, for those of you earning $150 to $300K per year, it's a very achievable thing that you can slowly execute over about a 5-year period. And then once you've got the property set up, all you do is slowly chip away at the debt and continue to live the life that you want to live on the journey to financial freedom in the future. Now, this third scenario is more for the ballers out there and the people that have a slightly higher risk tolerance and want to go big. So let's say we go out there and we buy 5 properties worth $600K each that rent for about $500 per week. Now, what's incredible with his strategy is that's going to give you over $2,500 per week of income, or over $125,000 per year of income today. Now, having worked with over 1,000 clients across Australia in the last 10 years to execute strategies like this, I've seen a number of those clients that are coming in earning $300K to $1 million per year that have bought those 5 properties in a 12-month period. And then I've worked with other people who, like myself, have slowly chipped away at those properties and ended up with 5 properties after about a 10-year period. Either way, once we've got these 5 properties that are worth around about $3 million today, if we just hold those properties for the next 10 years and they go up by just 5% compounded per annum, we're going to end up with over $4.8 million worth of properties in 10 years from today. What's even crazier is you're going to have around about $160,000 per year of income based on the rents going up by 2.5% per annum. Now, what I personally like about these more advanced strategies is that 20 years from now, they give you incredible choices. So if that $3 million worth of property today goes up by 5% per annum for the next 20 years, you're going to be sitting on over $7.9 million worth of property, hopefully debt-free. On top of this, we'll be looking at over $204,000 per year of passive income. Now, this type of simple strategy where we slowly work towards accumulating 5 properties over the course of our lifetime will not just change our lives for the better and create all of the financial peace, security, and freedom that you and your kids are looking for in this generation, but this starts to set up for intergenerational wealth and choices that your grandkids and great-grandkids can't even imagine today. Now, the fourth strategy is really aspirational for most people, and after buying over $565 million worth of property for investors from all over the world in Brisbane and Melbourne, I can say that really only a handful of the people that I've ever met through this business, after talking to over 6,000 people and working with over 1,000 of them, have gone onto a portfolio with 10 or more properties. This is the real deal. This is absolutely balling out. This is taking on big risk, which potentially has big upside, but also if things go wrong, very, very harsh downside as well. Now, in this last strategy, we go out there and buy 10 properties worth $600K each, which gives us around about $6 million worth of property today. Now, if each of these properties rent for $500 a week, we're getting over $5,000 per week of income, or $250,000 per year of income once we complete the accumulation phase and buy the 10 properties. Now, based on the same numbers as the other scenarios, if we do nothing but hold those 10 properties for the next 10 years, you're going to end up with about $9,770,000 worth of property and about $320,000 per year of income. But what's even more insane is that 20 years after you've accumulated those 10 properties, if they go up by just that 5% per annum, you're going to be sitting on over $15,910,000 worth of property and over $409,000 per year of income. Now, whether you're looking to just create some financial security for yourself in the future, or you're trying to create financial freedom and financial peace in the future, there are so many different levels of this property investment game that you can go out there and play at. I think from my experience in this industry, it's always about going out there and doing one thing safely and really well at a time, and then stacking that proof or building confidence and your education and your team of advisors over time until you reach the type of portfolio that's going to give you the freedom and the choices that you're looking for in the future. Because here at Pumped on Property, and I personally believe that what we're really doing, whether it's one property or 10 years, is trying to build a life where we've got choices. And those choices could be, like me, to spend more time with my family, more time with my kids, more time with my friends, have the ability to earn more money than you need so that you can be super generous to the people around you and to those in society that are worst affected financially, so that you can volunteer your time, so you can do meaningful work, so that you can leave that job that you don't like or start that business or that passion project that you've always had on the side. I think as I've moved closer and closer to financial freedom outside of my work in my own life, I've realized that it's actually not about the number of properties that I own, and it's not about the number of properties you own. It's about freedom and about choices and about becoming the best version of yourself while you're young enough and alive enough to go out there and inspire and help other people to do the same. G'day guys, my name's Ben and I'm the director here at Pumped on Property, and I just want to say a massive thank you for watching our content today. Now, if you're thinking about buying an investment property in the next 3 to 12 months, then the team and I would love to offer you a one-on-one strategy session. In that session, we can talk about exactly where you are right now, where you'd like to be longer term, and we can deeply educate you on the Australian market. And then you can take that information and go and absolutely smash it on your own, or potentially become one of the small number of clients that we work with each week. To book your session, all you have to do is go to www.pumpedonproperty.com and click that book your free strategy session button. But either way, we wish you all the best on your journey as an investor to financial freedom.